So we got some pretty interesting news for you guys, including the pre-creation for the Nova class, a new Christmas event near the Terrmian Beach, and a plethora of rewards from the Calphe live stream. Hello everyone, my name is Solomon SK for Coffee and RPGs, where we cover the latest news trends and updates for the MMO and RPG gaming genre, including Black Desert Online. Really quick before we begin, if you get anything from this video, I want you to know that there are 3 codes that you can input right now into your account for some pretty awesome rewards, and those codes are BDO Valka, BDO Ice, and BDO Ham with 2 M's. They're really worth doing in my opinion, because one of them will give you an advice of Valks of 100 stacks, another one will give you the second part of the item you need to create a mini pet, and the third item is Jay's Hammer of Loyalty, which acts like cronstones and definitely could give you a boost when enhancing your armor and other gear. But anyways everyone, we do have a lot of updates to go over, so if you guys got your cup ready with your coffee or beverage of choice, let's go over these updates together. Cheers to you guys.
Consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification right next to it. Thank you!
Alright everyone, so like I said earlier, you are allowed to pre-create the Nova class in time for the 3rd season of season servers, for Black Desert Online. Now there are rewards that you could obtain when you create or pre-create a character before the 3rd season server starts, but you don't necessarily have to make a Nova character in order to get those rewards. You could actually go ahead and create any other character that you always wanted to play. Alright everyone, so let's go ahead and take it from the top for today, December 16th, 2020. And again, the new events that are going on right now include the pre-creation event, especially for the Nova class, as I mentioned just a moment ago. But the thing about this particular event is that you actually have a chance of winning a new mini pet called a young Baphomet, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, there's 2 categories that you could win under. The first one will be Best of Show, and it's again for the Nova class only. And from the top 50 most applied list, the staff over at Pearl Abyss will actually pick the top 5 according to what they believe is the best, and it will be selected for both separate in the EU and NA servers. And the second category here seems to be a little bit more subjective, but it is the Be Unique category. And this one, again, the staff will pick the top 3 winners from both NA and EU. And again, they will select the ones they thought is the most unique, essentially. And again, the reward is a new pet, and it's to be revealed on December 22nd. So no one really knows what it looks like right now, but definitely could be yours if you win the contest. So again, as I mentioned earlier, you could actually pre-create a 3rd season character right now, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the Nova class. With the most interesting reward, in my opinion, would be the advice of Valks of a 60 stack, and it's not 100, although that'd be great, but in any event, I mean, it's still better than nothing. And the 3rd event is something you guys are going to really enjoy, especially if you're leveling your character. So until December 30th, we get a hot time boost, which will give you a plus 300% combat experience boost, as well as a plus 50% skill XP boost for 24/7 until December 30th. And if you're considering playing Black Desert Online for the first time, or you are a returning player, right now might be a really good time to log in, considering there are bonus rewards. So if you are a new player, you could actually get a single gold bar worth 1,000 gold, as well as a horse emblem, which you get a tier 7, which isn't bad. And if you are a returning player, somebody who hasn't logged in for at least 30 days, you only get 3 1,000 gold bars at this point. So now we finally got the Christmas events, and it's actually held very near to where normally they had the Terrmian Winterpark festivals and events. And yeah, it's actually very cool looking in my opinion. First of all, there is a big giant Christmas tree in the middle, and if you stand next to it, it actually does give you a recovery buff of +1 for 10 seconds for every time you get close to the tree. And the second event is called Black Spirit Ice Statue, and this is actually a community event as well. And it says right here, as more players help sculpt the ice, it will transform into a beautiful Black Spirit sculpture to decorate Fluffy Snowflake Village. But the main reward for doing these dailies is the event Snowflake Seed, and you actually plant the seed in your gardening fences for 20 cronstones. And no, you can't breed these, unfortunately, although that would have been pretty interesting. So when you travel around the event area, you're going to come across these little bunnies, bunny NPCs that give you dailies, and you do these dailies to collect an item called Event Emergency Carrot Rations. And of course, as always, you use these Carrot Rations as a form of currency in exchange for pretty sweet rewards. If you collect 20 of these, you get the one-time reward of getting a house decoration called the Ice King Black Spirit. But if you don't want that, you could actually spend your carrots on something else. And in my opinion, the best ones are the event Shakaku's Shiny Box Combat or the event Shakaku's Shiny Box for Life Gear. And again, those each will cost 20 carrots as well. So I don't know if you guys watched the Calphe Ball live stream, but they got some pretty interesting things that they mentioned. I unfortunately couldn't really catch it because I actually work a graveyard. But anyways, you finally are able to claim some of the sweet rewards that they promised during the live stream, including 300 Calphe stones and 1,000 Cron stones. So when you're on your character, definitely look in your mail. And yeah, all the rewards are there for you to claim and enjoy. And the next thing of interest that they have listed here is that they added the ability to move faster on mounts by automatically using the sprint skill during auto run. So yeah, you'll notice that if you are on your mount here, there's going to be a little section right above the horse's HP bar that automatically uses sprint if you choose to do so. But do know that you also have to be an artisan trainer of level 1 or higher in order to do this. So if you're on a character and it's not working, that's probably because your skill is too low for that. Now they also added a mystical fish to the game, and you could only catch these by using the normal fishing rods and not harpooning, and you also have to be a level guru or higher. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly sure what this fish does. Maybe it's just worth a lot of money, but at the end of the day, if you catch one, let me know what it looks like because I haven't caught one yet. And to those of you who are in charge of guilds, they actually added a separate chat for you guys, as it says, added the officers chat group category for guild masters, guild advisors, and guild officers. So then that way you could smack talk about your inferior members, and I'm just kidding, or am I? So you can finally use the Jay's Hammer of Loyalty, and basically if you don't know what this is, it acts as stacks of Cron stones depending on what level and what item you're trying to enhance. From what I can remember reading in the Reddit forum post, if you're trying to get to, say, level 3 Dead God Armor or Pen Black Star, it will act as if you have 2,500 Cron stones. So definitely save these in my opinion. Don't use these on going from Tri to Tet. I think that's a big waste. And so yeah, I think it's really cool that Black Desert Online is helping us enhance these things, but there is a fear that this might become item that you could purchase from the cash store, thus making it even more pay to win or something like that. I don't know. That hasn't happened yet, at least not that I could tell, but anyways, that item is there for you guys to enjoy, so definitely save it if you're going for a pen. So character resurrection items and mount recovery items have also been allowed to be moved into the family inventory that was introduced last week. Now, to those of you who do some high-end grinding, they've added some minor changes here and there, especially if you are grinding in Aakman's temple. And it says here that they added a certain chance for darkness condensers to appear. These condensers will continue to accelerate until exploding after a certain amount of time, dealing in AoE damage, but destroying the darkness condensers will give surrounding monsters a DP reduction buff. Also, to those of you who grind a lot in Hystria Ruins, they added an item where there's a chance for watchtowers to appear. Destroying the watchtower will establish an alert level by scanning the intruder. Depending on the intruder's threat level, alert levels can be set to either 1, 2, and the final level. Now, under quests and knowledge, they actually added a new item here called Gehez Mercenary Office Scroll, but he can be found in Dragon, and these basically act like the Marnie scrolls that you get from Marnie himself, and you defeat a certain amount of enemies for the item to fill up, and you turn it in for additional rewards. For example, there is one where you have to defeat 10,000 enemies at the Bloodwolf settlement, and when you turn that in, you get 300 contribution XP as well as 150 ancient spirit dusts. But do know that these are weekly, so even though you have 4 to choose from, you could only do these once a week. Now, they also included some interface changes and resolved some issues. Nothing really worth mentioning that really sticks out, so yeah. And that concludes today's episode of Black Desert Online patch notes and updates. I really do appreciate it if you made it with me so far, and if you feel as though I have earned your subscription, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification icon right next to it, as that tremendously helps out the channel and I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys have an awesome Christmas that's coming up here pretty soon. And that being said, I'll finally let you guys go. Hope you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.